he will give you some real perspective about life. And it goes far beyond sporting events. He understood human psychology and understood the human condition better than most scholars you hear talk, because the man lived it. And he, like I said, he is the perfect example of the American dream. He is not a prototypical come out of the printing press, what you would expect for a college football coach. But to be honest with you, if you look closer at a lot of the truly successful coaches, they weren't necessarily they weren't the Deion Sanders of the world. And that's not throwing shade at Deion, but that's not the prototypical successful pro or college football coach. And I know he had one brief dalliance with the NFL for a year, but it was the Jets, so you get a pass on that. Nobody would expect you to go there and win. The reality is we need more men like Lou Holtz. We need more people like this leading our young people. There's far too few of them. And the man wanted to win. He was a winner. He demanded excellence. But he did it with a balance and a humility and a humanness that you just don't see a lot of. He was never an excuse maker. He never ran away from a challenge. And this is coming from somebody, I'm not a Notre Dame fan, I'm a Georgia fan. You can see it right here on my shirt. He coached at South Carolina, coached at Arkansas. And took William and Mary to the Tangerine Bowl, for goodness sakes, back in, I think, 69. And, he just won everywhere he went. And a lot of that came from holding himself to a very, very high standard. Because otherwise you end up being a hypocrite. And hypocrites are found out. They are. You can do anything for a short period of time. You can put on any disguise you want for a short period of time and make it work. But if you're going to make a long run and you are going to be there for the long haul, you have to be genuine. And the one thing Lou Holtz was absolutely, he was what you saw. And, he did what he felt was the right thing, whether somebody was looking or not. And that's one of the definitions of having character. And he absolutely had it. And like I said, this is just me looking from afar and being a huge college football fan and understanding greatness when you see it. And, let's face it, it took Notre Dame a long, long time to even get close to where he had them once he left. And the one thing you can say about Notre Dame back in those days, they absolutely had a high standard. And I believe they probably still do. It's a changing landscape of college football, but he was never one to look for shortcuts. And, we need more Lou Holtzes in the world. And, that this is the kind of thing you want to see. This is the kind of person, go beyond the coach, this is the kind of person that we want leading young men and women and developing their character, because he had it. You can't develop in somebody else something you don't possess. And he absolutely had it in spades. So, and then we can look at the numbers. He was at William & Mary from 69 to 71. He was NC State from 72 to 75. That short little time with the New York Jets. Arkansas for 6 years, 77 through 83. University of Minnesota, 84 through 85. Notre Dame 86 to 96 with that national championship in there. And then South Carolina from 99 to 2004. And really took over a program that was struggling mightily when he got there. Like we said, Notre Dame, he went 12-0, won the Fiesta Bowl, and he took 6 different programs to bowl games. That speaks to, and where was he? 6 different places. So that speaks to his just consistency. And, you know, he started out at Iowa, where he ended up getting a master's degree. He was an assistant there. He was a walk-on linebacker at Kent State from 56 to 57. You know, he spent some time as an assistant at Connecticut, South Carolina, Ohio State in 68 when they won a national title.